And so this plant harnesses the power of the atom so that we have the energy to run everything from your favorite video game to yummy cotton candy machines. Let's learn more about nuclear energy, shall we? Lights.
When most people think of nuclear energy, they think of this. But when we talk about nuclear energy, we really mean this. But what exactly is nuclear energy? I don't know, but I know someone who does. Smilin' Joe Fission.
Hi there, energy eaters. I'm Smilin' Joe Fission, your atomic tour guide to the strange and exciting world of nuclear power. And these are rods of uranium-235. Hi, Rod. Hey, Rod. How you doing, Rod?
Good to see ya.
Hey, you guys look hot.
Of course we're hot. We're radioactive.
Uh-oh. Well, how about a dip in the pool?
That's what it's about, Rod.
Rods make the water so hot, it boils. And the steam spins turbines that generate energy. Uh-oh. Whoops. Looks like there's a little leftover nuclear waste. No problem. I'll just put it where nobody will find it for a million years. So, now you know the whole true story of nuclear energy. Our no longer misunderstood friend. So, keep on smiling.
So on this specimen you get some green yellowish crystals of Autunite. It's from Les Houzeaux Quarry in Saône-et-Loire, Bourgogne-Franche-Comté, France. Up, you'll see more.
Except this is radioactive and green. Man, that's so cool looking though.
God,
The way it
really
lights up.
is. Something so beautiful can be so dangerous. This is, I guess, where we don't lick the rocks.
No. There's Jesse's container.
I think we got a few.
Oh yeah, and then there's
Mine. Hello there. Would you like to see my shinies?
Today I have received a small sample of Autunite. This Autunite specimen is quite crumbly. If I shine a UV light on it, Watch how it glows. It is highly radioactive.
So this lovely specimen indeed glows very nicely under 365 nanometer light. And sure enough, it's uranium.
Now let's have a look at it under microscope.
Phosphate with the formula CaPO2 2PO4 210-12H2O is a yellow greenish uranium-bearing mineral. Autunite has a tabular crystal structure. Autunite contains 48.27% uranium, making it radioactive. The presence of high amounts of uranyl ions make the mineral fluoresce bright green under UV light. Autunite can be found in other locales such as Portugal, Italy, Germany, England, United States, Brazil, Austria, amongst others. It is always important to wear gloves when handling autunite, due to its crystal structure is prone to flaking and breaking apart. The gloves help protect against radiation and prevents contamination of other materials from the flakes. Thanks for watching. See you next time. While you're waiting for the next video, we'll look around, watch a couple other.
That poor duck! He's eating a duck! He ate the duck. He can't swallow it! I'm so putting this on YouTube. You're recording this? He's eating a duck!
I said you don't wanna throw it all away. I'll be bugging on the first day. What about the next day? And if at first you don't succeed, then dust yourself off and try again. You can dust it off and try again and try again. Cause if at first you don't succeed, you can dust it off and try again. Dust yourself off and try again and try again and again.
Now I'll move on to show you the mechanism that we will be exploiting to extract the uranium out from the other elements as it currently exists in the ore. Now we will move on to the actual separation. First, I'll transfer the autunite into a beaker. Then I'll pour in just enough concentrated nitric acid in order to react with all of the autunite. After about half an hour, all of the autunite has dissolved. We will now separate out the insoluble components by filtering it. Now that the solution is boiling, we will add hydrogen peroxide. The excess nitric acid needs to be neutralized before the uranium peroxide will precipitate out. This can be done with sodium bicarbonate or baking soda. Ensure that the pH does not rise too far, or else the calcium ions will precipitate out as calcium carbonate.
To make this monumental vase, every move has to be absolutely perfect.
It's very tricky. We have to be incredibly precise. The slightest slip up and the whole piece could be ruined.
After allowing the solid to dry overnight on heated clay, this is the result. A nice, fine, light yellow color. Therefore, with a relatively straightforward process, we were able to convert a naturally occurring uranium material into a chemically pure uranium-containing compound that can be used for further experiments or be used for other projects such as uranium-type printing.
Here is his story. Visiting towards the end of the year 5 in 1797 in Semur, department of the Cotter, the collection of natural history of the citizen Remont, he presented me a mineral of a beautiful greenish yellow, formed of blades, placed the ones on the others and divergent between them. This mineral had been given to him as a yellow talc. I was offered a few fragments of substance to test it. I neglected them and they were lost. The following year I saw citizen Remont again, who gave me to repair by my negligence the very piece about which we had doubts. Back in Paris I presented it to citizen Lelièvre, who had recourse to a blowtorch. He made a comparative test with another well-known piece and said to me, while handing over the one that belonged to me, that it was certainly uranium. Professor Hoy judged as did citizen Lelièvre, and showed me a similar sample that he had placed next to the Section Oran. A few months later, traveling in the department of Swan Elouan, I had occasion to see a landowner of this country, citizen Pigeonat, who in his youth had a very lively taste for natural history. Spoke to me about several curious objects in the vicinity, which he believed would interest me. He then described to me with such accuracy and precision a yellowish substance to which he had gave the name of mica, that I recognized in his description the piece of which I have just made the history. And what I heard with great pleasure was that he had given 40 years ago to the citizen Remopé a large piece of this so-called yellow mica. Back in Saint-Sufrian, in the course of Première of the year 8, I present this sample. It is recognized by nobody, and each one assures me on the contrary that one never found anything similar in the country. The first excavations did not reveal anything, but finally I see, by examining the rubble with a great attention, very small blades of beautiful greenish yellow. I present them to my guide, who sees them hardly. I did not have any doubt anymore on the success of my research, and I acquired soon the certainty to find abundantly the substance which I had been obstinately looking for so long, and which I nourished for 2 years, the hope to discover.